seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
How dare you!
Welcome to Never Mind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
Good morning. How the heck are you? Welcome to the Monday, holy cow, December 20th, 2021 edition of Never Mind the Furthermore. Glad you're here, whether you're watching us live or on the rerun. We appreciate your attendance. And yes, we're wearing the lovely and desirable StreamYard t-shirt here. Got all kinds of stuff on here I shouldn't have left on the floor. Anyway, hope you're all planning a very, very, very good week this week. Some of you may be off work already. Lucky you. And then there's some of us that the work week just doesn't end. You know what I'm saying? That's what writing is all about. Anyway, whether you're watching us live or on the rerun, we appreciate you being here. And we also wanted to say a heartfelt appreciation to Jeffrey Hayes, our longtime sponsor for our episodes. And so I think this week you ought to give yourself a Christmas treat and check out plasmafiregraphics.com. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. Let's say you've just created a great book. I'm sure you have. But now you need a great wraparound cover to help sell that thing. You also need graphics that you can use on social media and maybe even a really spiffy book trailer. Well, that's what Plasma Fire Graphics can be essential to you. That's why they can be essential, because they do incredible, wonderful covers, great graphics, and you saw that trailer just now. They also do my book trailers. They're incredible. You will love working with Jeffrey Hayes. So please go to his Facebook page, Plasma Fire Graphics, and check out what he's got to offer. Also, then check out plasmafiregraphics.com. There's more examples of his great work, and you can contact him directly there and get his rate card. You'll be astonished at how inexpensive he is. All right. Very affordable for an indie creator. That's Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. Anyway, we want to thank also the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, 7 days a week of entertainment and illumination. Yes, we'll light up your room for you. We're better than a light bulb. So please come check us out. All kinds of wonderful things tonight, and she's not on the network anymore, but we love her. Michaela Jade, she's got tidbits and scribbles tonight, and she might have a panel on like she did last week. And if you've got some problems with your creativity and you need a workaround, well, maybe the panel has got one for you. So please check that out tonight. Also, we've got all kinds of wonderful things, and tomorrow night we will not be the Dastardly Dingoes will not have the crossover with Comic Book Spectrum. That will be delayed 1 week. We're going to do it on the 28th. Give you some post-holiday cheer, okay? But anyway, we've got all kinds of great shows the rest of the week. Please check us out. Check out our Facebook page, and please give it a like. Also, don't forget people like Dr. John, the original gangster, Wednesday afternoons, and Comic Book Spectrum, 7 p.m. on Thursday nights. And we will have an episode this week. And also don't forget things like our new podcast network with George Saray and Keisha Acuff. It's all good here on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And also it's great on Patreon. We're going to be doing our blog this week. I'm going to work on that today. But Brian, I'd love to read your blog. You're saying, well, you know what? If you subscribe to Patreon, you could do it. We're going to have a pre-Christmas blog. And we're working on ways to be even nicer to our Patreon supporters, because for a modest monthly stipend, you can support your favorite creators directly with Patreon and get goodies in return. And also you get your name on this dandy card. So please check out what we have to offer, www.patreon.com. And hope you had a great weekend. Ours was fantastic. For those of you who don't know already, Cookie is in the middle of a marathon work session because the get those sideburns down, Brian. The supply chain problems have kind of eased up a little. Well, they're making up for lost time. Now, Cookie got to come home yesterday a little bit early, which was really nice. And we spent the evening together, and we went out and looked at holiday lights and just generally had a decent time together. It was a lot of fun. Plus, I went, if you haven't checked out your Ollie's, people, go to Ollie's. It's a great place. I picked up some more graphic novels. It was an interesting visit there. I had someone who was reading a Kevin Keller book. Kevin Keller, for those of you who don't know, is a new addition to the Archie Andrews universe, and he is openly gay. And he's a really terrific character. He really is. And this guy had picked up one of the Kevin Keller collections and was thoroughly incensed that, look what Archie's putting out now. And I'm like, yep, sure are. And so I happened to get a book that had crossovers with the Archie gang, with people like the Ramones, Mark Zuckerberg of all people, Lady Gaga, and George Takei. I made sure that one was top on, when I was holding my armful of graphic novels, I made sure that stayed on the top. Anyway, but it was a good shopping trip. And I got something like, I'd estimate probably close to $60, $75 worth of books for about $15. So check your local Ollie's. It's a great place to save money, even on your comic book expenditures. But anyway, we're going to try to get you feeling some kind of cheer this year. A lot of things are happening to a lot of my friends that's pulling us out of the Christmas cheer, and we're going to do this anyway. We're going to be cheerful because if nothing else, we've got each other. But let's get to your comments because that's what keeps the show going. And Joe D. McPhee comes in mocking me with his laughter already. BK fails to mention the avid pole dancer in his bio. Yeah, I did forget that. The college years were lean years, Joe, and you had to do what you could to make money. You know what I'm saying? But no, that was from a production in Danville, Illinois, from Danville Light Opera. They were doing one of the funniest shows I've ever seen in my life. It was called The Great American Trailer Park Musical. And it is raunchy. It is hilarious. The music is great. Cookie and I were doing backstage work. We were doing props and set dressing for that show. And the director wanted pictures of all of us. And one of the features of the play is that one of the cast members is making money by being a pole dancer. And so they had us pose on that. And so Cookie, you don't see her in that photo because she's a private, shy little creature. But I, on the other hand, am an attention whore. So I got on the pole and tried my best to look like I knew what I was doing. And everyone was marveling at how much I looked at home on that thing. So, I can practically feel the crisp singles going under the waistband of my underwear. So, yeah, that's the explanation behind that photo. I've been wanting to use it for a while. And Joe D. McPhee, Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Check it out on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, 10 p.m. Eastern. Morning all, morning Brian, morning executive producer. Hope all is well. Taking top spot again because, he's in the office. I'm so sorry, man. But the weekend is coming, brother. And good morning, everyone. Pole dancing? No, that's probably something better forgotten. And who is creating something positive today? Carl, thank you. Thank you. That's a good reminder, man, because a lot of us we're struggling with the season. Christmas time is usually very rough on a lot of people for varying reasons. And like I said, there's a bunch of us, and I'm including myself, that just aren't feeling it this year. Most of the time I do. Now, I haven't forgotten the reason for it. I haven't forgotten the reason for why we have Christmas. I think that is more important than anything, more important than any gift, than any Christmas turkey. But no, Cookie and I are planning a feast for the holiday weekend, and we're planning on 3 days of her recovering and me hanging around the house doing what I usually do, taking care of her pretty much. But anyway, but no, today I am creating more of a short story. Um, I'm also firming up some publishing plans that I'm hoping to do um, through during the course of the rest of the year. And I've got some plans for a couple short stories that I gave to a publisher, but they haven't come out yet. And I'm feeling antsy. I want to get back. I want to do a thorough rewrite on these things, and then go forth and put them out. And I'll give the editor something later on. That's not an issue for me, at least not on my end. But also, I have just gotten a new not writing, but editing assignment from a friend of mine. And I don't know if I'm at liberty to talk about that publicly, but it's a 70,000 word document that Cookie and I'll be working on together. So I am creating some positive. Let's hear, what are you doing today and this week to make it a better one for everyone around you? And who's creating something positive? You? Says not a Carly. Mwah. Yes, that came from Carl. And this is what's coming from Skunk Rocker is, I am merely by my presence here. I know that my floofy tail puts a smile on everyone's face. As long as it's not on their face. Well, I don't know, Skunk. I could use a little bit of floofing every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but no, you are a joy, Skunk, and I'm so glad you're here. And I hope your morning and I hope your whole week goes well. Now, I hope you get Friday off at least. And everyone's saying hello. Not yet, Donna, but I will try later. And speaking of which, good morning, Evermorning. Good morning to you, my skunky friend. I am so glad that you are here. And hello, everyone. And hello from Ted Davies Artistry. Good to see you, Ted. Hope you're doing well. Check out Ted's got a year-end show, I believe, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. And plus all kinds of great stuff. Please check out what he's doing from Destin Small Press Publisher. Morning all. Haven't been here a good 30 minutes, and I'm going, BKM, take me away. Oh, darling, how I've longed to hear those words. And TED Talk season finale tomorrow, Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Ted recaps 2021 and sets the journey for Ted Davies Artistry in 2022. And yeah, the old 9 to 5 will do that to you, Joe. Yeah, that's why I'm so glad to be out of it, even such as it is. And from this small press publisher, can create something positive when dealing with complaints and issues. Down fail of the 9 to 5. I like that, down fail. Whether that's intentional or not. But yeah, I understand when people come home and it's hard for them to work up the moxie to get something accomplished creatively. I mean, I totally get it. But the fact is, people do, and we'll turn that off. That looks better. I'm not quite washing out as much. But anyway, but people do. And you do. So, you know what I'm saying? It can be done. It's like, I used to get a lot of people. I don't get it so much now because I think I've shot it down with a lot of people. But they say, I'm waiting for the perfect time to create. Well, you know what? There ain't no such thing. It doesn't happen. The car has a flat. The power bill's a little behind. The 9 to 5 is destroying your soul. There's always something, but people like Joe gets it done. Skunk gets it done. Carly, Ted, everyone, they do it anyway. So anyway, downfall. No, I like downfail. I like downfail better. And True Jody says, Carl Witzman, I guess that Michaela's video today got me going. Someone was writing her for being positive when so many others were miserable. You know what I haven't checked that out. I haven't been awake long enough, but you know what? I'm going to check that out. And you know what I do every time somebody gives me that? I have gotten that sort of grief before. You know what I'm doing to them? Hi there. Good morning. How are you? You look great today. I'm so happy to see you. Bless your little heart. You know, kill them with kindness. Anyway, well, if everyone just joined in the misery, nothing good in this world would ever get done. Yeah, that's the truth. So, which then again creates opportunity for the rest of us, Carl. So, from the Desk of a Small Press Publisher says, when your job is to try and make a negative into a positive when it comes to repair work, you get blindsided by uber amounts of negativity where you can't see positively immediately. It is very, very true, Jody McPhee. That is true of so many of us who have had 9 to 5 jobs, and even those of us who are in the creative field full time. And Joe, our people are suffering right now, and I don't use the word suffering lightly. That there are personal tragedies, there are things about the time of year, things about the life we live right now. I mean, we are in the second year of a global pandemic. Despite what some people would have you think. And it's almost like, stay back, Carl. I'm in control today. And it seems like some days that the harder some of us fight to get it under control, other people are just bound and determined to make sure it kills everyone on the planet. I heard a great insult on one of my videos, a little side here, that the people who are doing this are taste testers for the Crayola Corporation. But anyway, um, but we just got to keep doing what we do. We do it to spite them, not just despite them, but to spite them. Hashtag fueled by spite, and even we got to grit our teeth. We're going to smile anyway, and we're going to create stuff that makes next year better for all of us. Okay, and I'm going to lead by example if I have to. But yes, it is tough to see it, the positivity, when negativity is being pushed in your face, and that's something we're all dealing with right now. But we got to get through it, and I know one thing that helps me is knowing that we'll get through it together. Okay. And Carl Witzman, been there too, Joe. Yeah, the water company wasn't exactly a hotbed of positivity, believe you me. And Teresa Dunn, good morning, Brian, and furthermore, this is going to be a scary week for the Dunns, but I hope everyone else has a terrific week. Teresa, you can make it. You've got this. All right. And I don't need to say it out loud, but Teresa's having some and her husband Albert are having some challenges this week, so please send her some love, okay? And Grant Lanker can't stay just saying hi and hitting like. Hey, Grant, that is great. And if you have not hit like or love on Facebook, please take a moment and do so if you've enjoyed any part of this video or plan to. Just tell yourself it's got to get better soon. Anyway, if you're watching us on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up for the video, and because it helps us so very much, and it doesn't cost you a thing except a second. And also, please please like and share this video if you possibly can. And Carl, have we been hit by the copyright claim yet? I don't know that we have. We had a scam artist last week that was trying to put a copyright claim on this. Namely, if this were monetized, they would get the money from it. They were claiming we were using something copyrighted of theirs. And the thing is, they were striking like either every commercial break or every live break. And I wrote back, and they hit on the last two, never mind the furthermores. They didn't get they didn't get comic book spectrum, oddly enough. But anyway, they did that, and I wrote back something to the effect of, this is fair use because one, the live sections are generated by me and you guys. It is live and not and I own the rights to them. Don't worry, guys. If there's a movie made of this, I'll see you're all cut in for it. And the commercials, yes, all of the advertising on this show, they were claiming also was theirs. And I said they come from various sorts, and they are used for in exchange for commercial consideration, which means I have the rights to them. Bye-bye, honey. Good luck. Cookie's got an appointment she's got to make this morning. So Madam Executive Producer is gone for probably an hour. Means I can get away with stuff. Hopefully. But anyway, but no, oh, she's back. I can't get away with nothing.
You can't get away with none anyways.
Somehow right?
Well, of course I know.
Dang it. Don't make me hurl more invective at you.
Because your lips are moving.
Point taken. Love you, honey.
Love you.
Have fun. But anyway, glad you're here, Grant. But yeah, anyway, back to this place. It was something called, and I wrote back and I said, on the second day, I said, well, this is the same thing that was done on the 15th. And we are already, there was an outfit called Brit Somalia. And I pointed out that I'm tired of this BS company trying to harass us. And let's see if we get hit today. I'll keep you posted. And hey, Teresa, hope everything works out. Hi, Grant from Carl Witzman. And that's right, Joe. They say misery loves company, but it's not good company. My mother taught me to be optimistic. And like I said, I'm rebellious. I will take the high road and be positive just to annoy people. And I can annoy a lot of people. And common sense isn't common in most sense. You can't teach common sense from the Small Press Publisher. Yeah. And it seems to be in darn short supply this year. You'd think there'd be enough for everyone, but apparently some people did not get blessed by the common sense fairy. And anyway, happy positive Monday from the Decimal Small Press Publisher. Yeah, let's do this anyway. Let's be cheerful, damn it. And hi, Teresa from Donna, Carlene, and hey, Grant, and Adrian Johnson. Good morning to you, buddy. How you doing? And good morning, Brian and friends. Good morning. And you are our friend, too. Glad to have you here. And good morning to the superstar, Rick Bradley. Glad you made it home. Good morning to you. And I am positive that this day will be better after 5 p.m. There we go. Just don't forget also, like Loverboy, you're working for the weekend too. Yeah. And Carl Westman, if nothing else goes right, there's always sexy Amy Hill voice on the intro. There you go. See, customer service Amy. That's what better way to start your day than with somebody's voice other than mine. And William Bowe, Brian, how are you and everyone? We are well, my brother. How are you? How are you doing? Also, don't forget, my friend William has a great book on a lot of great work on Amazon. Please check it out. And I hope all are well. We'll have a very safe and fun Christmas holiday. That's what we are planning. We are planning our best Christmas. We've already bought ourselves presents throughout the year, so we're not doing a gift exchange this year. But some people have been very kind to send us things, and unsolicited, and we thank everyone for that. We really do, and we're saving that for Christmas morning. So anyway, expect thanks to ensue. But yeah, we are planning. We've already got our menu planned. I've got to go out and buy some last items for it. But we've got enough in the house right now. Most of it, we can have a really great one. But we're looking at all day eating, okay? Not that we eat a lot. We do feast occasionally, but this Saturday will be the feast day. But something we just discovered. I like sharing food things. There is if you're not into meat and you're looking for something for the holidays. You can get something from the Corn company, Qorn, Corn. And they make some of the best meat substitute products I've ever had. A couple of them I like better than even Morningstar Farms, who've been in it a long time. But what they've brought out is it's a small turkey loaf. And it tastes a little drier than regular turkey, but the flavor is exactly like, and I grew up on those turkey loaves in the foil pans, and you made the gravy out of them. And they're hard to find now, at least in my area. For $5 to $10, you bought one of these things, and that's like 3 or 4 meals. Well, you can get two of us can get 2 meals out of this little turkey thing. And last time we got some on sale for Thanksgiving for $3 at Fresh Time. Check any place that sells corn. I believe I've also seen it at Walmart. In fact, that's where I got the last one. But it's about $6-7, and if it's and it cooks up in an hour. But you have to make your own gravy, which is no big deal because I know how to make gravy now. So It took me a long time to make good gravy. It took me years, but now I can make a pretty decent gravy. But anyway, we hope you have a wonderful, blessed, and fun, and rewarding holiday too. And thank you, Ryan Permison. And I've got to go back and watch you and Carl and Willow last night on that show. I'm sorry I couldn't make it. But Cookie got home early, so you understand, I hope. And Damien Waldron, morning morning, Brian, morning, Damien. How the heck are you, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Looking forward to the week. And hey, other friends and foes, good morning, universe. John B. Pica, good to see you, my friend. JohnPica.com. Also check out Night Reich on Amazon because he's amazing. And also the Back of the Cereal Box Network because he's amazing and so are his cohorts. Ryan Permison, happy Monday Nevermores. How are you? I'm doing well, excellent. Applied for a job right out of the gate, so keep your fingers crossed. Revamp my resume and cover letter skills. Good for you. You know, when I got one thing that came out of the debacle that was my firing from the water company 10 years ago this coming year. Looking forward to that. I have some celebration plans. I really do. That I think everyone's going to like. But anyway, one of the things they did was they hooked me up with a re-employment agency, and they taught me how to write a really, really good resume. And I've been doing the standard, objective to find a personal and financially rewarding career, all that boring stuff. But they taught me one that was very proactive in terms of, here's a problem that I found when I was there. Here's how I solved it, and here's the glorious result. And I have given this away. I mean, I could charge for this thing. I could charge serious money for this thing. In fact, that was their goal, to get me to start writing resumes. It's boring. Anyway, I like doing my own. But the thing was, this resume has worked. It has gotten Cookie every job she's had since 2012. The only person, and it's done that for several other people, the only person that's not worked for is me. I'm unemployable. I'm beyond employment. But anyway, good luck. Keep us posted, Ryan. And good morning to Amy Hale. Mwah! Hope you and John and family are doing well today. And Brian, what's up with the background, different lighting? Please share. We are experimenting with some of the new stuff in StreamYard, and such as this, and you'll recognize this one, John, such as this. Now, the only problem is it doesn't allow movement because, or at least I don't think, it doesn't, because that is a moving background. Because, but you see, we still got some lighting issues to take care of. For one, I wash out here. I wonder what happens if I did this. Nothing. Anyway, and let's see, here we go. But we also can do this. We've also done this, and we also have this one. But what we're going to do is we're going to stick with this. So it's kind of in transition. I may have to start wearing makeup or something, because this. Well, one of my goals this year in 2012 was to get better lighting. Also set up a studio in our basement that's dedicated simply to the what we do here. And but anyway, we're working on it. We're working on it, John. It's trial and error, and right now we're in the error phase. So, and in case you missed it, says Ryan Permison, check out the season finale event. I quote with comic book writer and publisher Joe D. McPhee. I like him. Check out the season finale event. I quote with comic book writer and publisher Joe D. McPhee. Where have I heard that before? Anyway, check that out at It's Nerd Culture on Facebook. And everyone's saying hello to everyone. And there we go. Teresa says thanks. And like WWE New Day, the power of positivity. I may be able to participate in the crossover on that date. Oh, Joe, yeah, on the 28th. It's been changed. This week is turning into a for some people. So anyway, we're on the 28th now, Joe. So anyway, Ryan Permission says check out the 50th episode of And I Quote with the writer Russell Allen. Do that thing, and check out the record-breaking episode of And I Quote with Jeffrey Hayes at that address there. And hi, Carl, says Damien, and Ryan Permission, and check out And I Quote with Amy Hale. Oh my gosh, so many celebrities. check that show out and check out the latest episode of Battle of the Nerds with Chaos and Star Wars Trivia on YouTube there. And sounds like that guy is almost a decade too late on the Kevin Keller and Archie. I think he's about 50 years too late on the social equality scale too. And I told Cookie, I briefly toyed with, they had another copy. I almost toyed with the idea of picking it up, putting it in my pile, and go, "Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you for helping me find this. My boyfriend loves Kevin Keller." But I decided to take the high road for once. So I just stood there, and as he's glaring into this comic book, which, by the way, he's reading every page of it, #closeted. He was looking, I used to work in adult bookstores, and he was reading this with that same intensity that many of the loiterers used to read, like the men's magazines. So anyway, I'm probably not ascribing anything positive or anything accurate, but just the same, the social justice warrior, the tiny part of me, almost decided to goof on him, but I did not. I was good. I behaved. So anyway, Takai, oh my. Yes, in fact, it's right on the cover. Oh my. And I read it last night. It was a great story. Archie's put out some really good comics in the last 10 years, especially. They've modernized Archie to a degree with varying degrees of success, of course, but they've also done some really, really terrific horror things like Afterlife with Archie. They also did a wonderful series kind of before the revamp called Life with Archie, which was a magazine. It was based on a 6-issue run written by Michael Uslan. If that name is familiar, he is the first person at Indiana University. He created the very first accredited comic book course back in the 70s. And I got to meet him at a convention one time. Very nice guy. And from there he went, he's written some things for DC Comics and other places. And he's also been the producer of all of the Batman films. Okay. He and Benjamin Melniker, I believe is his name. But anyway, Uslan wrote a 6-part story about where Archie decides on whether he's going to marry Veronica or Betty. And then Archie Comics created a magazine called Life with Archie, which has been reprinted in trade paperbacks. You can find them on Comixology. And they had 2 separate stories in there. One was what life would be like if Archie had married Betty. And then another story, what would life be like if Archie married Veronica? And at one point, the 2 had a crossover, which was really interesting. Dilton, the mad scientist, created a dimensional gateway, etc. Really great art. And at the end of it, Archie dies. But you don't know which universe he dies in. And the last 2 issues are really touching. Paul Kupperberg, a friend of mine, wrote those and did a superlative job on those issues. Really, really good stuff. Worth checking out. But they've also had some good stuff by Mark Waid and who else am I thinking of? He was the writer on Amazing Spider-Man until recently, also writer on Thunder Agents at DC, also the writer at on the Hail Hydra Captain America. So really good stuff has come out of there. Plus there's some good titles with the current title with Sabrina, plus Jughead the Hunger, where he's a werewolf. It's a lot of good stuff. So please check out. Don't ignore Archie Comics. And in case you missed it, check out the 5th anniversary celebration of Rogue One with Rodney Fike and Ray Tessie right on that channel there on YouTube. And greetings from the prairie from Mark Learned. Greetings to you, my brother. Hope you are doing well this morning. Hope all is well. And who's looking forward to warmer weather on Christmas Day? It's supposed to be in the low 50s here and rain on Christmas Eve. That's my kind of Christmas weather. But anyway, glad to have you here, Mark. As always, hope you and the family are doing well. And always glad to see Eric Hawkins. Good morning to you, my friend. Hope you and your family are doing well. And also check out Willow's Pillow Talk, where we celebrated Festivus, and Carl showed up. There we go. And there we go. And the Eric has arrived. Yes, so all stand in attention here. And funny how people who are expressive about the views are the least up to date on matters, especially when it doesn't change the IP or product. From the desk of the small press publisher, very wise. In fact, I've been getting a number of people lately who've been getting pushback on being creative. It's like, well, you're doing it wrong. Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you creating that? Why aren't you following trends? Why aren't you blah, blah, blah? And I could do another 5 hours on that alone. But anyway, it's, something that dawned on me just a few months ago, that most of the people who have the most criticism about like an IP, about publishing, about creating, are people that have no idea how to do it. They cannot create. And in fact, something that John Pica posted, I believe it was yesterday, about people basically kvetching about creativity. And I said, the thing is, most of the people who do that are people that don't do that or can't do that. Creativity is not for everyone. I mean, I'd love to play guitar like like Andre Segovia or Eddie Van Halen or any number of incredible guitarists over the decades. And I can't. I lack the discipline. I lack the discipline to be a proper comic book artist. I acknowledge this. I'm a fairly decent writer and a decent publisher, but, moderately talented broadcaster. But the thing is, here's the thing. I recognize this and it doesn't bother me. And yeah, I'm still trying to learn how to play guitar. Yeah, I've got keyboards around here I should get back to, but I'm working on my writing every day because, that's my main thing. That's my vibe. That's my jam. And, yeah, that's the thing. And it's like I've learned to ignore a lot of the criticism, and I've blocked a lot of criticism. And even if it gets bad enough, I'll unfriend them. I'll block them. I don't have time for their negativity. I'm too busy creating stuff, and so are you. So, oh well. And a play about pole dancing ran in Danville. Oh my, yes, it was hilarious. It actually was. And I have to say that the play, the Great American Trailer Park Musical, was filthy. It was hilarious. And after word got out, this is one of those plays that, in theater, you figure the first night are people who are your diehards who want to see this thing, whether it's because it's the company doing it and they support DLO, or they like what they're hearing about the play, or it appeals to them. Then, starting on the second day, they spread the word, oh, you got to see this show, or you better stay away, it's terrible. After the first night, we sold out the Bremer Center, and I'm talking standing room only. We had people who would come in and say, I want to see this play. We say we have no seats. They say we will pay to stand for 2 hours plus to watch this. And in fact, after the third day, what used to happen was myself and one of the other actors who wasn't in the closing scene to Act One, we would literally come out from the dressing room and sprint down to the front entrance and let ourselves in just so we could watch the closing number on Act One. After, in the first couple times, we found chairs. Actually, the first night we did that, we found chairs. After the third night, and it ran for 2 full weekends, we had to stand up too. It was that popular. It did very, very well. And it in the Kaja Fall upset a lot of people. Anyway, and Facebook user, I know who this is. Hello, cute people. This is a cutie herself, the one, the only Keisha Akoff. Mwah! Good to see you, darling. And thank you for being here, beautiful. And Damien Walburn, COVID is being kind to my son and his family. He and his fiance are vaccinated and boosted, and our experience reduces symptoms. The grandson is also faring well. Yes. Right there. That's why we're getting these shots, okay? Plus, my 5G is awesome right now. But anyway, but no, good. And it's because you're listening to the scientists. Good for you, Damien. That makes me happy, man. This is great. And George Sakai would be happy with that. Oh my. Well, it's funny because I friended George started following him on Twitter years ago. And the funny thing was he sent me a thank you note, or his whoever's handling his social media, and it said, I'm very pleased that you're following me. Thank you, I appreciate your support. And then he made some sort of double entendre, and he goes, "Oh, that sounded naughty. Oh my." Love it. And great, Damien. Agreed. John B. Pica says, positive, that's all I do. We published 5 new episodes of Back of the Cereal Box this weekend. Excellent, dude. That's my man there. Oh, man, I love it. And also, just, I think John's with me on this platform. Like I keep saying, hashtag Fueled by Spite. There are people that are following you who are criticizing you. And some of them are not doing it to your face. And every time you do something positive, and every time you succeed, it's like pouring fresh lemon juice into their wounds. It's like they get a paper cut, and then you pour fresh lemon juice in and pack it in with salt. You know what I'm saying? It hurts them like hell, and I love doing that. In fact, it's funny. I've been telling a few people that somebody who did me a great wrong, it is not our mutual John, but it is someone else. He keeps popping up in my things on, here's somebody you may want to be friends with. It's like, oh, hell no. And I'm sure part of it is because he is following me and making sure that I slip up, but doesn't happen. Anyway, Ryan Permisson, subscribe to the Nerd Culture channel on YouTube today for more nerdy, great content to do this thing. Scott Cracker says, all right, everyone, we should all remember the day when Brian said he wanted me to spray him. Saves me $20 downtown. And if you want me to guess on it, I quote, they're live on Saturdays, and you can pre-record if you want. They have friendly conversation. You can promote your projects. Check it out on Calendly and get yourself on there. And yes, bring Cookie home. That is a prime directive for us. We are working on that. And Carl Whitson is making a note for Skunk because he's so helpful. Thank you, Carl. And every time Jeffrey Hayes pops up in the chat, I find myself plugging Plasma Fire Graphics all the time. Must be a BKM thing. That means it's working. That's what good advertising should do. It becomes part of your consciousness. And from this was Well Press Poster, glad to hear Damon Woodburn. I agree completely. That is good news, man. Damien, thank you for sharing. And I know that ad, but I can't place it. Calgon. It was one of those. Take Me Away. Calgon, Take Me Away. That's the name of our van that we are planning to get this year. We are lining up the finances. And there's a perfect time to create right now. Exactly. Things will never be better than right now. And you never know what will come up between now and then. And you never know, it doesn't happen often. It's like getting struck by lightning inside a coal mine. But you never know. This could be your way out of what you're doing right now. The next issue of Amazonia could get Joe D. McPhee out of his 9 to 5. John may write the sequel to Nightreich, and it could catch fire, and suddenly he's out of the job he's doing. And I'm hoping for the same thing for Cookie. We've got some great plans for publishing this year. We're going to be really, really busy. In fact, a lot of my publishing plans, once I get past a couple of other things, involve a lot more publishing. So we're going to make up for lost time. And Calgon, you got it. And tomorrow's never guaranteed. Exactly. And Skunk Rocker, I knew it was something like that. Well, you're a young little skunky fella. So, it's probably before your time. But I, on the other hand, being ancient, so I'm old enough to remember Seratan. It was an iron supplement with vitamins that used to sponsor the Ted Mack Amateur Hour on Sunday afternoons on CBS. And it was Seratan. That's nature spelled backwards. And Rick Bradley says, everyone get ready. Next month, R&D Gaming will be broadcasting for your video game amusement. Come talk with me and my son about all things video games. Get the views of 2 generations of gamers. That's going to be good. It's going to be on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. and a lot of fun. And hopefully, we're going to get a new season of Clever Title pending. The new season will not run 2.5 years like the previous one did. But we're going to have a few shows, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to bring back the panels, and looking forward to that. I'm working on getting that lined up. Skunk Rocker says, was that also the one that early ads claim it was an ancient Chinese secret? Yes. Or some BS, and they got in trouble for fraud or something. They got pushed back, I think, from the Asian community. It's like, that is no more ancient Chinese secret than than Mrs. Field's Toll House cookie recipe. So yeah, I think they got more in trouble with the Asian community about that than anything. No, I think you're right. Ancient Chinese secret, eh? And if you really want to hear some griping that actually turned positive, check out Willow's Pillow Talk from last night. We had Festivus, but it turned cheerful somehow. That's because you and Ryan and Willow are amazing. That's why. I'm just sorry I couldn't make it. But like I said, Cookie got home early, and to give you an idea of her work day, basically, we have a maximum, while this is going on, and it's going to go on for a couple more weeks, we only have, aside from sleeping in the same bed, we have about 3 or 4 hours together. And we enjoy each other's company. We sincerely do. Carl and Donna, or any of you that have met the two of us together, probably have picked up on the fact that she and I like each other's company. And we actually get invigorated by talking to each other, and we work on a lot of projects together. She's going to help me with the editing coming up, so we can get it done in about 3 weeks. And, we're just a damn good team is what it is. And so I'm going to try something here. It's getting to me. There we go. That's a little better. But anyway, so, yesterday was a gift. And, we got to spend probably about 4 or 5 extra hours together. We had, what was it? We had about 3 hours in the morning. Then she had to go to work. Then they let them out early because they met their goal for the day. And then she came home. We drove around, looked at Christmas lights, and then came home, had supper, and then spent a couple more hours just talking and hanging out. And it was good. So anyway, Carl, get the hook. Yeah, I know. I was under control. I was under control. And I think that might have been another product, Skunk, but I don't recall what it was. And digs around for the hook. You probably better, Carl. You never know when I'm going to go off the rails again. One of these times, I ought to have a show where it's just me complaining about stuff, but we'll turn it positive somehow. And there are taste testers for Crayola. Dude, all this time I couldn't put my skills I've had since childhood to work. Yes, it's like I recommend this lead, for maximum flavor, I recommend this lead-based paint. Yeah, Rick, I watch a lot of First Amendment frauditors and sovereign citizen videos, because there is a wonderful sense of schadenfreude in watching them get tased and arrested and things like that, and watching the fact that law enforcement doesn't seem to be putting up with them. Well, last night there is a channel called Team Skeptic, and they go after those guys and also flat earthers and other demented people. And right now they're having the 12 days of Christmas, and yesterday was a classic. There is one video that has gone viral over and over again. And it is this court officer. I guess he'd be a bailiff or something like that. A plainclothes guy named Pete Barnes, or P. Barnes, because that's what it says on his name tag. And there is a guy who's decided he's going to march right into a courtroom and talk directly to the judge and to the prosecuting attorney about some matter. And many courtrooms, because of privacy concerns or whatever, do not allow filming without judge's permission, and the judge was not allowing it. Well, this guy goes in with his camera, and they clear the courtroom. And then they allow everyone back in, and he's one of the last ones in. And then he decides he's going to go in. And P. Barnes has a very matter-of-fact conversation with the guy about it. And he goes, well, it's my God-given right. to go into that courtroom and talk to them. And P. Barnes just, God isn't concerned about what you do, but I am. And it ends with the guy saying, well, I'm going to go in. He pushes in, and Barnes and his partner kind of push back, moving back a couple feet. Then Barnes opens up his coat and pulls out a taser. And let's just say that the offending person got to, what is the police term? Oh yeah, ride the lightning. And he basically became a grounding unit for the taser. And his screams of pain are almost like music to the ears of any right-thinking person. And so it was basically a love letter to the god of lightning, P. Barnes. So it was funny. It was very funny. I definitely recommend that if you like that sort of thing. And no Somali pirates spotted yet, but I'm watching. Russian sub is circling though. Hey, my Russians are my buddies. The Russians are out to help me, man. I got like a lot of subscribers, which by the way, I've also been reading some things on how to grow a YouTube channel. I would like to, monetization is still my goal. But it's funny because I've watched several about people who actually, as an experiment, bought followers on Fiverr. And that will bite you so bad. Oh, how that will bite you. It's best to grow slow and organically than to try to get it fast. I have never once tried to buy my followers. And I appreciate my followers so very much. But anyway, but yeah, keep us posted, Carl. We're hoping for some good news. And laughing at me, life is rough when your executive producer is overly aware of your shenanigans. Joe, she's had 30 and a half years to figure me out. In fact, we're closing in on 31 years ago. We were dating, and of course, we had established that we would date for probably 6 months to a year before we even uttered our I love yous. Then we would probably date for another year just to make sure before one of us popped the question. I mean, she could have asked me, right? And then we would stay engaged for probably 1 to 2 years just to make sure, and then we'd get married. Well, here's the timetable, Joe. We had our first date. It was kind of an accidental date, but we had our first date Thanksgiving weekend, the Friday after Thanksgiving, Black Friday basically, and started dating immediately, calling each other on the phone 3 to 5 times a week in the evening. And back then, Cookie and I were getting bills for like $100 for our phone bills, and she was absolutely aghast because she had never gotten that high a bill before. And I'm like, I hadn't either. But it's like now it's like that's regular service for a lot of people, but be that as it may. Then I said I love you the first weekend in January when she was visiting me. I popped the question about 2 weeks. Actually, I intended to pop the question on Valentine's Day. 2 weeks after I said I love you, I went down to Vincennes where she was living. I was sleeping on the couch. She had her bedroom. I was a good boy. And she and I were talking about romance, and we somehow the conversation got to what would you do if you popped the question? And I said, well, I had plans to ask you next month, and you would drive up. I had planned out. I'd wait till I saw you, fall to one knee while you were pulling up in front of your apartment, and I'd pop the question as you got out of the car. And I said, if this were if this were like about 2 weeks from now, I'd ask you right now. And she took this part of her hand and went whap against my forehead, like right there. I can still feel it. And she said, try it. I did. And we spent the next hour hugging and calling relatives and friends. So anyway, then the rest is hysteria. And it's his guilt-wrestling face. That's my default. And meat substitute digs deeper for the hook. Yeah, seriously. I don't mind if it tastes good, if it tastes like meat. So, and BKM's absence on the Willow show last night became one of my Festivus grievances. I'm sorry, Carl. I did want to be there. I did want to be there, but this was such an opportunity. And Carl, I Googled it, and it's Calgon. Thank you, Skunk Rocker. And I can't write a resume to save my life. Rick, if you need one, let's talk. I've got a very good format. Seriously. Skunk Rocker says somehow I was right twice and doubted myself anyway. Hashtag imposter syndrome. That's right. We've got to cure you, young man. Amy Hill, apparently I'm unemployable as well. I'm sorry, hon. I really am. Do you want my format? I'll explain it to you. It's really good. Like I said, the only person that's ever worked for is me. And you need a good ring light from Walmart. I've got 2 ring lights. I've got this. I think I need to have it farther away though. Actually, things were okay before I started using the green screen. I think it's a reflection of the light in here. Plus, I definitely need to redo that light. What I want to do is get some soft white lights. I've seen those plates. I can't remember what they're called, but they're kind of at an angle, and they not only can shine some light on me, but also bounce it off the ceiling. So that's what we're going for, but that's when we build the studio. And, well, great, Skunk. Yeah, see? And you might do better to bounce light or use a diffuser instead of direct light. It's less harsh. I'd be happy to figure out using my pro photographer tips here. That's a good point. I've got a 5-head lamp over there, and I've the lighting was improved when I moved. Hold on. Giving you no dead air whatsoever, because we are professionals. Let's see if this helps a little. Let's see if this helps a lot, maybe. Okay, and we got that. Let's see how Uncle Brian looks. For all your broadcasting needs. No, they didn't pay me. That's not the paid advertising. That's a little better. Yeah, Amy, you're a genius. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Definitely want to keep some good light on behind me though, for the green screen to work. So we're a work in progress. Anyway, Carl Westman says, I loitered in Brian's shop, but I bought stuff too. God bless you, young man. God bless you. I appreciate it. And I'm well acquainted with Life with Archie and loved it. The wrap-up was awesome. I'm looking for it in Comixology right now. Yeah, please let me know. I'm sure it's there. Yeah, Comixology could get a lot of my money. That's all I'm saying. I am trying to make room because my comic room could become my broadcast studio if I do it correctly, and I'm sure I will. But I've got to make a lot of room in there, and because the thing is, I'm going to have 6 wire shelves in there, and they're all going to be filled with comics. But that's going to free up some room in the office here because I've got about 8 or 9 boxes in here of comics. I've got my autographed comics in here, and I didn't realize how many I've gotten over the years till I put them together. And I've got my nearly complete collection of Knights of the Dinner Table. I think I need 9 issues, and I've got all 280 some issues of it, plus specials. So anyway, yeah, I love Life with Archie. That was really good. And I know you, Joseph. Morning to you, buddy. Good seeing you. Hope you're doing well. Joseph is a broadcaster like myself. Please check out his stuff and check out Michaela's stuff. I do. And oh, hello. I was busy swimming through my emails. There were so many. I know, Michaela. First of all, but secondly, check out Michaela Jade's Tidbits and Scribbles on her YouTube channel tonight. It's sure to be awesome. And also, I'm going through my emails, and I'm as I get them, I'm making a conscious decision. Do I need to read this every day? Because a lot of my stuff is like ads that I don't take advantage of, or just basically 99% of them are just sales things. But there's some writing things I want to keep up on. I want to keep them coming in. But I don't go to Michael's all that often, so I'm going to unsubscribe to those. I don't go to Home Depot every day. Those are places I go if I know I need something, and I'm sure they have it, or I'll go online and check. So that's not a big thing. And John B. Pica is dropping out. Open enrollment cleanup today. John, thank you for being here, brother, as always, man. And if I don't see you before then, John, please have a very Merry Christmas, my man. This year's been a blessing getting to know you better. It really has. And Carl Westman says, that's a good thing, Michaela. We were talking about your motivation, and now we're on a positive kick. That's right. And if you tuned in earlier, Michaela, I'm saying we're being positive just to spite people. And Keisha Acup, hi. Awesome, says Michaela. And don't be talking Joe D out of that sweet, sweet pension. I want him to have an income from his creativity, Carl, where he won't need it. Where he can invest it in something that will pay off even more, like cryptocurrency, right? Anyway. Yeah. By the way, there's a brand new Epic Rap Battles of History that just dropped like a couple days ago, and it's the Johns of Christmas. It is not John Pica, but it is John Rambo, John Wick, and John McClane. And also watch the making of video. It's quite interesting. They recreated the vent scene from Die Hard, with the lighter and everything, where McClane's going through the ceiling ducts, and he thought he had figured out how to do it properly for the camera, and so one of the guys called a local in Hollywood local heating HVAC place, and said, well, we're looking for like 2 by 3 yards, 2 by 3 metal duct work and about 6 feet of it. And he goes, and the guy on the other end goes, well, what are you using it for? And the producer was kind of I think it was Epic Lloyd, was kind of dancing around what they were using for it. And finally he said, we're making a video. And the guy at the shop said, oh, no, you want if you want to replicate the scene from Die Hard, you want 3 by 3, you want a 6 foot length, they're going to have to build it around you and then light it from underneath. And he was marveling at only in Hollywood would, he's probably gotten this question more than once. Probably at least once a month. And 2, where else but Hollywood, where could you call an HVAC place and they tell you how to film a scene from Die Hard? So anyway, and here he is, Charles F. Millhouse, the Stormgate Press publisher, and I'm about a third of the way done with the thing, having rewritten part of it and trying to make it awesome. Anyway, Charles has got some great plans for Stormgate Press in 2022, and I'm so excited to be a part of them. Anyway, I hope you and Marianne have a great Christmas, and it's Christmas week, eek. Yeah, and this is nuts. This is when I'm avoiding going to the store if at all possible. I might go in, like to a C-store or to a grocery store if I know I've got. Or on the 24th, Cookie and I had the day off. We might go then, just for some. But otherwise, I'm going to get our last minute stuff on Wednesday. When right after the show, because Cookie makes lunch, I run errands, and I take the van because it's more convenient than my car. So anyway, I know the last minute panic. So Charles, but I hope you and Marianne and the family have a superb Christmas week and an even better New Year's week, and we're going to conquer 2022 together. And Donna Carlene says Cookie and Brian like each other's company, saying not like Carl and I. You two are a great role model. I can tell you two like each other. I won't say it publicly though. I know you guys are building up this mystique about it. So, but that's it's like you guys have been married just a couple of years longer than I have. So. Or I should say Amy and John Hale too. I know when they're married. Anyway, they got married on the same day we did. Exact same day. But anyway, to each their own, Don, I guess. Yeah, I know, Carl. There's always a weirdo in the audience, and I'm usually it. And Jody McPhee, so she gave you the ringing in the ears, and the rest was history. How cute. Yeah. Yeah, nothing says I love you like a concussion. You know what I'm saying? And you have too much light. I know, Eric. I'm trying to fix that. We are working on it, though. And do you have an overhead light turned off? No, I have turned off every light. I have a ring light here, a ring light here. I have a 3-headed lamp here that I haven't been using for a while. And then I've got the 5-head lamp over there. We're working on it because I'd like to keep using the green screen too, and I need more light for that. And here we go again with the light. I know. I know. I'm working on it, Carl. I am. And Charles, I thought Cookie kicked you out and you were broadcasting from a box. That's a great song from the 80s called Living in a Box by a group called Living in a Box. And you should never have a group that uses the name. The only one that ever did any good was the Monkees, When you are the name of your hit song, it's tough to get a follow-up, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, no, we're broadcasting live from the doghouse. That's what I need, a doghouse interior for when Cookie and I have a disagreement. Amy Hale says, I can help you with lighting. You help me with my resume. We'll trade. You're on. Amy Hale, someday this spring is a special trip to fix Brian's new studio. It's a date. It'll be like an Amish barn raising, except we'll be raising my studio. I'm already starting to collect. I have some panels I'd made for a small miniature sound studio. But one of my plans is to take this stuff works great. You can still find the kind of cork-like eggshell containers, egg containers. We can get them at Eisner's, and I have seen them at Aldi's and not so much at Walmart. But anyway, they're the old-fashioned ones, not the what it would be polystyrene, whatever. Those don't absorb sound quite as well. But when Carl, here's the thing: when my very first professional job ever that I got money for was working the cameras at what was then Seymour TV in Westville, Illinois, when I was in high school. And at one point, they were going to do some live broadcasting, and they had a studio set aside, and they were asking all their viewers to give them the egg cartons, the 1 dozen egg cartons, and they lined the studio with it, and it made the sound great. So that's what I'm looking to do here, and it's called Archie the Married Life, and it's all on Comixology for free. Excellent. You might also be able to see it on hoopla.com. I've never looked. I should check on that. And Michaela J says, I can't wait for our Christmas this year. The kids are almost grown, and these years are all about family getting together. No drama, no worries. Oh, what's it like? Anyway, but no, we've had a couple group gatherings with I should say Cookie's family. Well, it's my family now too. That have been very nice. But the problem is for us, one of Cookie's sisters, their kids are spread out, like one's in Washington. I don't remember where the others are, but they're spread out all over the country. And then we are, of course, in the Midwest. And so it's kind of problematic for us all to get together. Plus, there's not really any place we all can get together. Cookie's same sister had a lovely, nice house in the outer edges of Buffalo, but they moved too, a little distance away. And my in-law parents, don't travel very well. They are getting up there, unfortunately. But it beats the alternative. I'm glad they're still with us. But it's just the logistics of this is really impossible. In fact, we used to always have Thanksgiving together, most of us, or I should say most of us. And even that got to be problematic given the weather. One time we barely outraced a blizzard to get home. We were supposed to stay there 3 days in Buffalo. And then suddenly the weather shifted and there was going to be a storm coming off of Lake Erie, past which we would have to drive. And it was brought to our attention. And I spent the next half hour trying to plot a course that would take us south to outrace the storm and then come back to the west. Excuse me. I think it may have been the last time we gathered before we left Illinois. And we couldn't find anything that wouldn't take us would increase our travel by about 50% time-wise. And so basically we all came to a consensus. We had to leave right now. And we left about just before 6 p.m., I remember. And Cookie and I are thinking, if we can get past Erie, we're fine, Pennsylvania, because it goes along I-90 and then down south once you hit Cleveland. We hit the storm about an hour before Erie. And of course, Erie was pretty hellish. And then we tried to drive And I thought, we get to Cleveland, and then we head straight south. And we go as fast as we can. And I was going about 80 miles an hour most of the trip. The roads were not bad. The roads were not bad yet. But I was driving between 70 and 80 miles an hour, even in areas I shouldn't have been. And I still didn't outrace that storm till I got halfway between Cleveland and Columbus, Ohio. It wasn't till then that the snow stopped. So anyway, we got it. We got it. And raising the studio, it could go either way, Carl. It depends on who we get to help. Anyway, you need a nuke explosion green screen background when you were mad at me. Executive uses an F-bomb. They are just that powerful. Well, hers are. I try to be good. Anyway, Michaela J says, I set aside Sundays. It's my day to recharge. Yesterday, I read a book. It was so great. Michaela, I've been getting back into my reading lately. I've let that go because I've been writing, and it's actually helping get the words out. In fact, I'm reading like a book or two per week. And also, I've got this huge pile of books from you and my other friends that I haven't read yet. And I'm going to get to yours, darling. You're on my list. Oh, how you are on my list. But no, we're going to get through some of the smaller books first, and I'm going to work on some of the larger books later. But I just got through one written by a buddy of mine, Will Murray, Master of Mystery. And it is a book on the history of the creation of the character The Shadow. Fascinating book. Interviews with Walter Gibson, a couple of the other ghosts that wrote some of the stories, some of the artists that worked on the covers and interiors of the pulps, plus a general history of the radio show. One thing I learned that Orson Welles, who was the first voice of the Shadow in the Shadow series, now he existed in another program before that, but only as a narrator of the tales. But when Orson Welles got the job, he was one of the most highly sought after actors in radio in the mid to late 30s. And what was fun was the fact that he would have to go from one studio, one network to another. Like he might be on CBS for one show, then you have to rush over to Mutual Broadcasting Network, then you have to run to NBC for another, and then like NBC Red, then NBC Blue. And he researched the laws at one point. You couldn't always get a cab to get to the place on time. So what he did was he sometimes rented an ambulance because he found out that New York City had no laws that said you had to be sick to ride inside an ambulance. And that was the only way he could get in. So anyway, Amy Hill, got to run. Have a great day, everyone. Amy, let's talk about that resume, okay? Mwah. Love you, hon. Have a great day. And love you too, Cindy Get. Mwah. You're here on time. I'm so glad to see you. I hope your day is going well. Oh, come all ye faithful. Go to Smashwords and get my faithful books there. And oh, holy night. Oh, make it a holy night and a holy day by reading my books on Amazon, and also check out ckoepp.com. Great website, redesigned by Davian Waldron, and great books that you can get from there or from Amazon or from bearpublications.com. And be sure to check out her Patreon at ckoepp.com. Rick Bradley said, we'll probably be using Donovan's room to broadcast R&D gaming. The garage is nice, but keeping it warm is a pain. And while the cold doesn't bother me, I guess I don't want my son to freeze. You're so thoughtful. You're a good dad. Anyway, Cindy Cap says, oh, come Emmanuel. Well, you can do that with Nicholas Anthony Tockard and his great books like The Simple Sword and all kinds of great things on there by this great man. And also check out the Historical Fencing Guild every Friday night at 8 p.m. on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Also check out David City. That's John B. Pica, where he's selling copies of Nightrike, available now on Amazon. And the Dastardly Dingo podcast has Hollies and Ivory. Check them out on YouTube every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. And don't forget, a week from tomorrow, there's going to be another crossover with Comic Book Spectrum. And I think we're going to be reviewing Christmas-based stuff, not necessarily comics, because I can't find my treasury. Well, I got another week to find my treasury editions. Anyway, Cindy Kemp says Nerd Culture is decking the halls. La 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 la. Check out Nerd Culture channel on YouTube and on Facebook. And I think I hear Cookie is back from her appointment. So good, she can make me more coffee. So anyway, Donna Carlene says, I don't understand why people put such stress on themselves, especially during the season. And it is stress created by themselves. And you reap what you sow. Yeah. Well, I think it's part of the commerciality of the season. Oh, I've got to buy presents. Oh, I've got to get this for someone. Oh, it's got to be correct. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, we've got to get enough food for everyone. It's just, I'm the same way. And, I think that's the reason why one of the main reasons why so many of our friends are not feeling it this year. I admit I'm one of them. I'm looking forward to having 3 days with Cookie and helping get her back into shape for another 2 weeks of working every day. Well, actually, she's going to get some time around New Year's as well. And it's not like she's not getting paid for it. In fact, she's to show you how far behind the fact that she is getting paid this much with overtime and stuff, that it's worth her while, and it's going to help us get Calgon. Hi, honey. She's downstairs. Can't hear me. Probably making her lunch. But anyway, yeah. I think it's kind of a keeping up with the Joneses kind of thing. Unfortunately, we're trying to keep up with Alex Jones, so we're staying weird all year round. And so many people are pessimistic, and so things go badly. Yeah, it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. And if you believe in karma or the rising tide or the law of attraction, if you're positive, good things come to you, especially if you do them selflessly. And, right now, this ain't that time. And from the Desolate Small Press Publisher is Resting Merry Gentlemen. Definitely check out that show every Saturday night at 10 p.m. It is so, so good. And Away in a Manger is Amy Hell and her neurosis. Definitely check out her work on Amazon because she is wonderful. Hey, Carla, it's one of our friends, Toddy Isaacaz. Well, golly. Let's see if Carl... Oh, Carl got him first. Okay, cool. Thank you. Or I think you did. Did you? I'm gonna block that person. Let's see what. I got him. I nailed him. Sorry, Toddy. Michaela J says, yes, Dono. Why we ever started buying Santa gifts, I don't know. Wish I'd known more about my heritage back when my kids were little. We could have saved so much stress. Yeah, I know. And like I said, this year, Cookie and I are not giving each other gifts. We got each other something fairly big in the fall, and we said, okay, that's our Christmas gift. And we've got, we're going to spend the weekend watching movies and eating good, yummy things, and probably making our diets and our cardiologists very unhappy with us. But anyway, we're just going to sit around and groove to each other. Let's see. I probably will be broadcasting on Christmas and New Year's Eve in the mornings. And maybe I'll do an extra one every now and then. Who knows? And hark, the Herald Angels sing on Amazon. Michaela Jade. The Angels want to wear my red shoes, according to Elvis Costello, but they also want to read the Warriors trilogy, and that's where you can get it. And Molly Daniel says, I'm awake. Good morning, Molly. Mwah, happy post-birthday to you. And sank the Russian sub. That's us, Carl. We are, democracy will lives on. So yeah, unless we get another, the thing is, though, the only benefit to having those Russian bots invade my membership, because at one point we were up to 833 subscribers, I think it was, and then we're back down to about 777. We just can't seem to escape that right now. But the one thing I found, and I think the people that were the videos I saw that where they bought the memberships, they found too, was that for temporarily, the volume of people increases your visibility in the channel. Now, YouTube takes them all away because they're on to them. Okay, but the thing is, they so they're good in that regard. But the fact is, YouTube frowns on that, and sometimes when they're clearing out the bots, they may take some of your legitimate followers. So it's basically better to just grow this organically, and with people that genuinely want to follow you, which is cool. And Michaela mocks Carl with her laughter. Angels we have heard get or on high. Check out Teresa Dunn. She's not getting high. She's getting poetry expressions and is currently working on her third one. And thank you, Cindy. You rock. I think we can say that without any fear of contradiction, Michaela. Cindy is our angel on the tree, except we don't put the branches up her backside is the thing. And the Historical Fencing Guild finds Silver Bells on YouTube. Do check that out every Friday night. And thanks, Cindy. Show her some love by going to ckoepp.com. Well done, Joe. And getting her books, including Animal Eye, and getting her comic Animal Eye. That is one of the best reads of this year. Seriously, that, and the stuff from Brian Rodman and Eric Hawkins and several of our other friends. Good work. Good work. You got to see it. And these guys are probably porn spammers. Oh, well, then why are we annoying these people? Anyway, Comic Related Madness has Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, or maybe that's Pops Van Zant's nose that's glowing. Who knows? But anyway, check out Pops. He's going to have a Christmas weekend. I think, or will it be New Year's weekend? Anyway, he's going to have like a very relaxed version of CromCon this month. I do know that. And wait, what about Cindy's backside? Where were those rails? I meant it with nothing but love. And besides, those needles hurt. Don't ask me how I know. And singing a Coventry carol, that's LukeStoneStudios.com. Luke is posting again, by the way. And I actually had a conversation with him the other night. Yay, Luke is getting better. And so is Randy Zimmerman. Had a brief conversation with him online the other night. Glad to see that. Yes. And wishing you a Merry Christmas. That's Bear Publications, the publisher of Animal Eye, the novel, and the comic book. And if you want some Animal Eye swag, that's where you go to get it. You'll be glad you did. And with that, we are done. Unless Cindy comes up with some more stuff. So anyway, we got a few more minutes here. Cookie's downstairs working. So let's run something here. Cindy has been so good to us. Here's why I think you all need to be good to Cindy, because she's amazing and we love her. Cindy, we do love you. Mwah.
Author Cindy Kepp is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kepp at CKOEPP.com today.
That's Cindy Kepp. And right now, is a great time to get some of her books. In fact, some of the people that make this show worthwhile, definitely pick up some of their books and, get an ebook if you have a Kindle or any sort of book reader. Otherwise, order a book from them and have something to look forward to for a little gift to yourself after the holidays. So definitely check out, if you want to support authors, that's a great way to do it. Now's as good a time as any. And we've got a few more comments that we'll read. And let's see, here we go. And Adeste Fidelis from Comixology, Eric S. Hawkins. Also, while you're on Comixology, check out the work of Joe D. McPhee and Grant Lankard. They are both on there too. And thank you, Carl. I appreciate that. Thank you for helping me keep it that way. And rocking around the Christmas tree, that's Runmelli and Anna Maria doing her Christmas charm thing. And granddaughter is at her other grandma, so need to wrap those presents while she's gone. Good deal. And Cindy Kepp on the Midnight Clear is BrianRodman.com. Get your copies of the Nebulizer and all kinds of good things related to Memoirs of an Angel. It's like The Lord of the Rings meets The Exorcist, only better. Anyway, Molly Daniels, thank you all for yesterday's birthday love. We do love you, Molly. We really do. Or we'd kill for the chance to. And Cindy kept having a holly jolly Christmas at Stormgate Press with Charles F. Millhouse and other great people like Bobby Nash and a whole bunch of you Nevermorians. And I'm looking forward to Pulp Reality coming real soon. And Run Rudolph, Art Station, Royal Cruise is chasing down the red-nosed reindeer. Probably going to try to again sit still for a portrait, but now's not the time. Rudolph's going to be busy. And Damien Waldron, get to work, people. Let's change the world. Hashtag bring Cookie home. Let's bring you home too, brother. Let's keep you home. Keep Lauren home. And love you, brother. And thanks for letting me help you test last night. And Michaela J says, don't forget, if you get money for Christmas, we are available with products to send you, signed, sealed, and delivered. That's true. Just like Stevie Wonder used to sing. That's true, we do. And rails where BKM goes, we don't need no rails. You are as far away from the rails when you're with me as you can possibly get. Thank you, Jody McPhee. So anyway, Cookie's back, and we've got to get her ready for work. So, Molly Daniels says, this means I can read The Nebulizer. Almost forgot. I put it under the tree. Yes, read that book. It is a lot of fun. And great show. Thank you, Joe. Thank you for, I hope you're feeling better now. after being here. Happy positive Monday, no more ringing, and time to feed Cookie. Amen, brother. Glad you were here, Joe, as always. And out of the break, and we fish you a Merry Egrets moose. Love it. Don't forget to tip your host. Thank you. And bring Cookie home. Sign for the Rising Tide newsletter at risingtide.pub. Thank you. And Patreon. Good for artistic stuff, including stuff from me and from Cindy Kep. And Rick Bradley, everyone take care and stay creative. And Cindy Kep, have fun storming a castle. We're going to leave Nathan Fillion alone. That lady says he can get cranky, although we love him. And they can't take the stars away from us. Anyway, Cindy, thank you for all you do, sweetheart. And thank you all for being here this morning. Well, like I said, we're in the home stretch for Christmas 2021. And let's try to keep it positive. We'll be back Wednesday. We'll be doing the same for that. And try to give someone a smile. I'm sure this week someone can use it. So don't script on them. And every now and then, go to a mirror and smile at yourself, okay? Because you're amazing. You really are, each and every one of you. And I'm so proud that you're my friends. And thank you all for your ongoing support. And so now we got to get the attitude of gratitude going, and that includes, and especially Plasma Fire Graphics. Thank you, Plasma Fire Graphics, for sponsoring all of our Nevermind the Furthermore's Clever Tile Paintings and comic book spectrums this year. And we look forward to a long, glorious association with these guys. Anyway, Jeffrey Hayes and Plasma Fire Graphics, and the look of your book matters to you. And not only does Jeffrey Hayes have a lot of great graphics that he can do for you at indie creator prices, he also has a line of merchandise where you can get some of those great covers that you saw on t-shirts and mugs and different other things. So please check those out, including the upcoming Terrors. All right, they're coming out in 2022 from Rising Tide Publications. But anyway, check out what he has on his Facebook page. Then go over to hold on a second, I lost my place. Plasma Fire Graphics. Go over to plasmafiregraphics.com and check out what he's offering there. And you can ask him for his rate card there. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And I got lost because I was ready for the next session where we talk about the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, all times are Eastern. And please check out these wonderful shows on the network. And we've got your entertainment and enlightenment covered 7 days a week. We will be back Wednesday morning with more stuff, and Ted will launch us tomorrow on a year-end wrap-up on TED Talks. And then I think there might be a Dastardly Dingoes tomorrow or not. I'm not sure, but anyway, tune in and find out. And please like our Facebook page. We would appreciate all upcoming news will be put on there. And our sincerest thanks to our Patreon supporters. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators with a modest monthly stipend. And these people support us, and we are ever so grateful because they are keeping the show not just on the air, but growing as well. And if you should check out their names too and see if they've got a page that they're actively working, and please support them as well. But if you want to see your name on this card as one of my supporters, go to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris and check out what we offer in terms of rewards for your support. And let's see, we've got one more comment here from the one, the only Donna Carlene. Laters, everyone. Donna, thank you as always for being here, sweetheart. Hope you and Carl have a great day. Hope you all have a great day. Again, I appreciate you all being here. Appreciate your ongoing support. And we'll get you through to Wednesday. And we'll do more of the same. We'll keep each other positive. We'll keep each other positively cranky. That's the way it'll work. Anyway, we hope you all have a super, super Monday. And as always, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Have a great Monday, everyone. And we'll see you Wednesday on Nevermind the Furthermore. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Broadcast Network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore.
Southwest of Chicago, there is a small, secluded cemetery known as Bachelors Grove, and it is one of the most haunted places in the United States. Author Brian K. Morris brings you a collection of writings that will help you navigate this ghostly graveyard, if you dare. The Haunting Scripts of Bachelors Grove is available now on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Stormgate Press presents Pulp Reality 2. 10 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Packed with pirates, private eyes, aliens, automatons, villains, and vigilantes. High adventure, wondrous fantasy, mysterious horror, and startling science fiction await. Pick up a copy and be transported to astonishing places and travel to amazing times in the golden age pulp style. This is Pulp Reality 2. Available now on Amazon.com.
Secrets, trust, worth. The bond between souls intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela Jade brings forth the Elite Warrior series, a collection of dark fantasy romance novels set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret, Warriors Trust, and Warriors Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho! Santastein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.